Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Dr. Sidhu Physics Tutorial. In this session we are going to learn about Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is also known as inverse square law. Coulomb's law gives the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion between any two stationary point charges. In nature, electrostatic force EF may be attractive force or repulsive force. Whether it is a attractive or repulsive based on the nature of the two charges. If the two charges Q1 and Q2 are having same nature, that is, they are having the same sign, Q1 and Q2 plus Q1 plus Q2, then there will be a electrostatic repulsive force is there. Then there will be a electrostatic repulsive force acts between the plus Q1 and plus Q2. If the charges having opposite nature, that means plus Q1 and minus Q2, then there will be a electrostatic attractive force. Simply the charges having the same nature, then the electrostatic repulsive force act between the two charges. If the charges having the opposite sign, that means there will be a electrostatic attractive force acts between them. But what is the magnitude of this electrostatic force? The magnitude of the electrostatic force is given by the one scientist is known as Coulomb's. According to this law, the force of attraction or repulsion between any two stationary point charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitudes of the two charges and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. Square of the distance between them, and also this force acts along the line joining of the two charges. This is known as Coulomb's law. According to Coulomb's law, the force of attraction or repulsion between the any two stationary point charges is directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of the two charges and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. And also, what is the direction of this force? This force acts along the line joining of the two charges. This is the Coulomb's law. Let us derive the mathematical expression of the Coulomb's law. Let us consider any two point charges Q1 and Q2 which are separated by a distance small r, which are placed in vacuum, which are placed in free space. Then, according to Coulomb's law, the force of attraction or repulsion between the Q1 and Q2 is given by, let capital F be the force acting between Q1 and Q2. According to Coulomb's law, this force is proportional to the product of the magnitude of the two charges. That means Q1 and Q2. F is directly proportional to Q1 into Q2. That is equation number 1. And also inversely proportional to square of the distance between the Q1 and Q2. That means F is inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. That means 1 by r square. That is equation number 2. From 1 and 2 we have F is proportional to Q1 Q2 by r square. If you remove the proportionality, we have to include some constant, that is proportionality constant. Therefore, F equal to, that proportionality constant is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2 by r square, which is the force acts between the any two stationary point charges which are placed in vacuum, where epsilon naught equal to permittivity of the free space. Permittivity of the free space. And its value is given by epsilon naught equal to 8.85 into 10 to the power of minus 12 Coulomb square by Newton meter square. This is the value of the epsilon naught. That means permittivity of the free space. And also the proportionality constant 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught having the value of 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square Coulomb square, which is the value of proportionality constant 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. These two values are most important while we are solving the numericals. This is about the Coulomb's law when two point charges are placed in a free space. if the 2-point charges are placed in a medium other than free space. If the 2-point charges placed in a medium other than free space, the force will be given by F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into K Q1 Q2 by R square, which is the expression for the force acting between the any two stationary point charges when they are placed in a medium other than free space, where K equal to dielectric constant of the medium. Its value for free space is 1. K equal to 1 for free space, K equal to infinity for metals. That means K equal to dielectric constant, which is the property of the medium which influences the force between the 2-point charges. If the material is having the high dielectric constant, then force will be decreases. That means for metals K equal to infinity, that means the force of attraction or repulsion between the any 2-point charges in the presence of metal in between them, and it will decreases and becomes 0. That means 1 by infinity. The value of K for metals is infinity. That means 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is nothing but of 0. That means F becomes 0. That means if, in between the two charges, if we introduce the any metal, then force between them tends to 0. This is about Coulomb's law. The expression for the force between the any two charges when they are placed in a medium other than free space, F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught K into Q1 Q2 by R square. We all know that where epsilon naught equal the permittivity of the free space, K equal to dielectric constant. Let epsilon naught K equal to epsilon, that means where epsilon is the permittivity of the medium in which 2-point charges are located. Therefore, from this expression, K equal to epsilon by epsilon naught, that will be epsilon R. Here, the epsilon R is the relative permeability of the medium, where epsilon R equal to relative permittivity of the medium, nothing but of dielectric constant of a medium. Relative permittivity of the medium is nothing but of dielectric constant of the medium, which is the most important formula we used for solving the numericals. We should keep in our mind. Let us do some special cases in Coulomb's law. Consider any two point charges Q1 and Q2 which are separated by a distance R0 in the free space. In other hand, the same charges Q1 and Q2 are separated by a distance R which are placed in a medium of dielectric constant K. But in this situation, when they are placed in a free space, the force acts between them is F0 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2 by R0 square. But in this case, F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by K R square. Here K is the dielectric constant of the medium. Now our aim is to calculate the effective distance in the free space for which the force acts between the Q1 and Q2 is equal to the force between the Q1 and Q2 which are placed in the medium of dielectric constant K. That means F0 equal to F. Here we have to calculate the effective distance in the free space for which the force acts between the Q1 and Q2 in the free space equal to the force between the Q1 and Q2 in the medium of dielectric constant K. Let us derive the condition. That implies here F0 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R0 square equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught K Q1 Q2 by R square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught cancel, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught are cancelled together. Q1 Q2, Q1 Q2. The remaining is 1 by R0 square equal to 1 by K R square. By doing cross multiplication, we get K R square equal to R0 square. Therefore, from this equation, R0 equal to root of K R square, that implies R0 equal to R into root K. This is the effective distance in the free space for which the force acts between the Q1 and Q2 in the free space is equal to the force between the Q1 and Q2 are placed in a medium of dielectric constant K, which is the most important formula we used for the solving the numericals. R0 equal to R into root of K, where R0 is the distance between the two charges in the free space and R is the distance between the two charges in the medium of dielectric constant K. Here the first problem is the force of 4 newtons is acting between the two charges in air If the space between them is completely filled with the glass of relative permeability equal to 8, then the new force will be. This is a simple problem. The solution is 4 Newton is the force when they are placed in a air. Therefore, F naught equal to force between the two charges when they are in air, that equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square equal to 4 newtons. When they are completely filled with the glass, the force will be new force Fn equal to, we know that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by, simply we add dielectric constant k r square, that equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square is nothing but of F naught. That implies F naught by K. We know that dielectric constant is nothing but of relative permeability. That means F naught by epsilon naught equal to, here F naught value is 4 newtons, 4 by relative permeability value is 8, 4 ones, 4 twos, that equal to 0.5 newtons. The new force will be 0.5 newtons. The option D is correct. Then we go for next question. The next question is, two charges when kept at a distance of 1 meter apart in vacuum have some force of repulsion. If the force of repulsion between these two charges be same when placed in an oil of dielectric constant 4, the distance of separation is, we have to calculate. Here the problem is, let Q1 and Q2 be the two charges which are placed in a vacuum initially at a distance 1 meter. Here the medium is vacuum. These two same charges are placed in a oil at some distance r. Here medium is the oil. But given condition is, the force between the Q1 and Q2 in vacuum is equal to the force between the Q1 and Q2 in the medium oil. Therefore, here the force F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by 1 square. In this case, the force will be F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught K. Why? Because we introduced K, it has a some dielectric constant into Q1 Q2 by R square. In these two situations, F will be same, LHS are equal, so RHS are also equal. Therefore, equation 1 and equation 2. From 1 and 2, we equate the RHS. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by 1 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by K R square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught are cancelled to each other. Q1 Q2 also cancel to each other. The remaining one is 1 equal to 1 by k r square. By doing cross multiplication, we get k r square equal to 1, r square equal to 1 by k, that equal to 1 by, the k is the dielectric constant of the oil. The dielectric constant of the oil is 4, therefore 1 by 4. That implies r equal to 1 by root 4, that equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is nothing but of 0.5 meters. For 0.5 meters in oil, the force between the Q1 and Q2 in the case of vacuum and oil should be equal. Our answer is 0.5 meters. The option C is the correct answer. Here the next question is, two identical metal spheres possess 60 coulombs and minus 20 coulombs. They brought in contact and separated by a distance 10 centimeters. Then the force between them is. The problem is two identical metal spheres, sphere A and sphere B, having the charges plus 60 coulombs and minus 20 coulombs. Let QA equal to charge of the metal sphere A, let it be 60 coulombs, and charge of sphere B, QB, equal to minus 20 coulombs. When they are brought in contact, that means they are touched to each other, and after some time they are separated by a distance 10 centimeters. When they are touched together, there will be some process. The process is known as conduction process. By the conduction process, both spheres gets the same charge, that will be equal to average of the two charges, QA plus QB by 2. And sphere B also gets QA plus QB by 2. That means here QA dash equal to QA plus QB by 2, QB dash equal to QA plus QB by 2. This is the new charge on the each sphere due to the conduction process. Therefore, the given conditions are, the distance between them are equal to 10 centimeters. The centimeters will be converted into meters, that equal to 10 into 10 power minus 2 meters. And QA dash equal to QA plus QB by 2. That equal to QA means 60 coulomb minus QB minus 20 coulomb by 2, that equal to 60 minus 20, 40 by 2, that equal to 20 coulombs, that equal to QB dash also. Therefore, the new force between the A and B, F dash equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into QA dash into QB dash by R square, that equal to, the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 power 9 into QA equal to 20 coulombs, and QB equal to 20 coulombs divided by, here R is the 10 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. Therefore, 9 into 10 power 9, 20 is 400 divided by 10 square, 100 into 10 power minus 4, means the square will applicable to 10 and 10 power minus 2. Therefore, f dash equal to 9 into 4 into 10 power 11. That means 400 can be written as 4 into 10 square. 10 square into 9, 10 power 9 equal to 10 power 11 divided by 100 into 10 power minus 4. F dash equal to 36 into 10 power 11 divided by 100 means 10 square into 10 power minus 4, that equal to 36 into 10 power 11 divided by, bases are equal, so powers will be added, 10 power minus 2. Therefore, f dash equal to 36 into 10 power 11. If you bring the 10 power minus 2 upwards, therefore it becomes 10 power plus 2. Therefore, f dash equal to 36 into 10 power 13 newtons. Therefore, the answer will be option A. Here, the next problem is 1 million electrons are added to a glass rod, then find the total charge on the rod. That means solution. If you take a glass rod and 1 million means 10 lakhs, that means 10 power 6 electrons are added to this rod, then what will be the total charge? According to quantization of the charge, the total charge on any body should be equal to plus or minus NE. This is called quantization of charge, where N is the whole number and E is the charge of an electron, Q is the total charge on the body. Therefore, the total charge on the rod Q equal to, here the electrons are added. The electrons are added to the body, then the body becomes negatively charged. That means we take a minus. N means 10 power minus 6. That means 1 million of electrons are added to the rod into 10 power 6 into, here E is the charge of an electron. The charge of an electron equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Therefore, 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Therefore, Q equal to minus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 13 coulombs, which is the required answer. Our answer is option B. Here the next problem is two small conducting spheres, each of mass 9 into 10 to the power of minus 4 kg, are suspended from the same point by the non-conducting strings of length 100 centimeters. That means the strings having the same length. They are given equal and similar charges. That means the two conducting spheres will be given equal and opposite charges until the strings are equally inclined at an angle of 45 degrees each to the vertical. Then we have to calculate the charge on the each sphere. Let us draw the diagram by the given conditions. This is the initial conditions. This is the initial condition. The sphere A is here, sphere B also here. If we given the similar charge, the force of repulsion acts between them and they go apart from each other. The diagram will be like this. This is the vertical initial position. Because of repulsion force, they go apart from each other like this. This is the sphere A, this is the sphere B. According to the given condition, each sphere makes 45 degrees with the vertical. Here the angle is 45 degrees. Here the angle is also 45 degrees. The forces acting on the two spheres will be given as follows. The gravitational force, nothing but of weight of the body, mg, acts downwards, and the tension in the string acts along the string. This is the vertical. Here the angle is also 45 degrees. We split the tension in the string into two perpendicular components. One is along T cos 45 degrees and another one is T sin 45 degrees. The force of repulsion between the A and B acts in this direction. Because of this force is away from the sphere B. Therefore, from the diagram, F at equilibrium, F equal to T sin 45. F equal to T sin 45 degrees and mg equal to T cos 45. mg equal to T cos 45 degrees. This is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. 1 by 2 implies we get F by mg equal to T sin 45 by 45 degrees by T cos 45 degrees. T get cancelled. Sin 45 by cos 45 equal to tan 45. Therefore, F by mg equal to tan 45 degrees. F equal to mg into tan 45 degrees, that equal to tan 45 equal to 1, that equal to mg. But here F is the force of repulsion between the two spheres having the same charge given by the problem, equal and similar charges. Therefore, the force of repulsion is nothing but of Coulomb force. Coulomb force is nothing but of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q into q by r square equal to mg. Our aim is to calculate q value. What is the value of the q? Therefore, This value is 9 into 10 power 9 into q square by r square equal to mg. Therefore, q square equal to mg r square divided by 9 into 10 power 9. Here r is the distance between the A and B. Here distance, let it be distance be x. Here also distance be x. Total distance is 2x. For example, here we take the sine of the 45. Sine 45 degrees equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. That means x by hypotenuse means length of the string, that is 100 centimeters. X by 100 centimeters means 1 meter. Therefore, x equal to sine 45 degrees. Here the distance between the A and B will be x plus x, that equal to 2x. Therefore, the distance between the A and B are equal to 2x, that equal to 2 into sine 45, that equal to 2 into 1 by root 2, that equal to root 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2 into 1 by root 2. Root 2 get cancelled. Therefore, r equal to root 2 meters. If we substitute the r value in this equation, therefore q dash equal to, what is the mass of the each one? 9 into 10 power minus 4. G value, G is the acceleration due to gravity, take it as a 10, and r is root 2m root 2 whole square divided by 9 into 10 power 9. 9 get cancelled. Therefore, q square equal to 10 power 9. If you take the 10 power 9 upwards, therefore 10 power minus 4 10 power minus 4 into 10 power minus 9 into 10 into root 2 whole square. Therefore, q square equal to 10 power minus 13 into 10 into 2. Therefore, q square equal to 20 into 10 power minus 13, q square equal to 2 into 10 power minus 12. Therefore, q equal to root of 2 into 10 power minus 12. Therefore, q equal to root 2 into 10 power minus 6. That means we write the 10 power minus 12 as 10 power minus 6 square, the square root will be cancelled, we get the 10 power minus 6. Therefore, Q equal to root 2 value is 1.4 something into 10 power minus 6 coulombs. This is the required answer. In options, option A is the correct answer.